Impact of technology on products and service offered. There's a really big emphasis on integrating service packages. For example, real estate agents and car dealers now offering finance packages along with the houses they sell and the cars that they sell. Customers can comparison shop easily and quickly. There's a lot of comparison websites online, whether it be for insurance, whether it be for the new mobile phone that you're looking for, whether it's for the best internet deal currently available. Consumers are given more power in the transaction in today's world as well. That power comes mostly from knowledge and the ability to Google whatever it is that we're looking for. Customers can also source products from all over the world thanks to online shopping. So we're no longer restricted to what the store down the street sells or the price that the store charges. Disruptive technology is rather interesting. McKinsey Global Institute suggests 12 technologies will have the potential to completely disrupt economies, our way of life, and or how we do business, in particular marketing practices. This list includes mobile internet, cloud technology, advanced robotics, energy storage, 3D printing, and renewable energy. Some of these things we're already seeing in the market and using every day without even realizing that we're using it. For example, cloud technology, whether we're using Google Doc, Google Sheet, Google Slides, that's all cloud computing. In terms of energy storage, the Tesla wall is a good example of energy storage. In terms of renewable energy, whether you have solar panels on your roof or your current electricity provider sources renewable energy to produce the electricity to supply to your house. From the perspective of technology, marketing managers are currently in flux, struggling and adapting to the new world that we're building. In particular, struggling to understand and capitalize on the complexities of these new media and the explosion of data that can access about their customers as well as suppliers, which basically means with all the technology that we have at our current disposal, we have access to more data than ever before. The trick is not collecting the data, but how do we analyze the data adequately? As such, marketers must constantly scan the changing technology in order to identify how changing practices can impact their industry. Forms of communication have also changed. For example, the media landscape, the types and styles of messages we use, as well as the role of customers and suppliers in the communication process has changed. For example, back in the old days, the suppliers would talk to the retailers and say, hey, this is the latest and greatest. Whereas in today's world, with manufacturers being able to more articulately than ever before, as in better communicate than ever before to the end consumer, they're able to create pull effect where the consumers then go to the retailers and say, hey, I got to have it. You got to sell this to me. You got to go find it, which means then they go to the suppliers go to the manufacturers, and creating a completely different shift in the power dynamic, as the power away from the retailers to the consumers. And at the same time, with the world being more connected than ever before, it has meant that manufacturers or producers of goods, they also have to think, would our customers or would our consumers settle for something which is good, or do they want something better? And if we don't give them better, would somebody else? And this is the space in which disruptive technology lives. For example, the taxi industry, they provided a service which was sometimes good, mostly okay. Then came Uber and changed the whole thing on its head. The impact of disruptive technology on marketing, practice, and strategy. Disruptive technology is defined as a technology that displaces an established technology, resulting in either the creation of a completely new industry or sector or the transformation of lives, businesses, and the economy. Disruptive technologies can also change the game for businesses, creating entirely new products and services, as well as shifting pools of value between producers or from producers to consumers. For example, WeWork, which is a really interesting company. Is it a proven business concept? Time will tell. But the way this business basically works is they create co-working spaces and really interesting, exciting co-working spaces. And they have these buildings around the world. In fact, there's quite a few in Melbourne, I believe 5 or 6 in all. This particular business was very disruptive to traditional office spaces, as these guys come in, lease out an entire floor or several floors of a building. They redecorate everything, making it quite an interesting, exciting space for smaller businesses to move in, as well as individual consulting or consultants, allowing for flexible arrangements. Now, if you think about it, this has had a huge impact on traditional commercial real estate and hence disrupting their industry.